Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're taking a look at a sideways range here on the S&P 500. Let me just get my sell stops in place here. And this is going to be an all-in, all-out. The range doesn't really allow us to take much more than that. But basically what we're looking at here is we've been sideways pretty much all morning. We've just been kind of ricocheting back and forth, and we kind of tightened up a little bit, and we formed now between this low through here and the high up here, we formed this little bit of a sideways range where we're just kind of getting stuck a little bit. Now, typically, because we moved into the sideways range from the downside, I like to sell the highs, but we're seeing a little bit of rejection down here at the lows where a lot of sellers just got trapped in and immediately rocketed straight back up. So it gives us a little bit of heads up that we might not be breaking down at least yet. So I'm looking to the long side here. We're long at 91. For this trade, I went long 91 with 4 contracts, and just because, again, you know, it's all in, all out. You don't want to put too much in because we're getting long pretty much kind of in the middle of the range, which is always just a little bit lower percentage, but at the same time, we know that we just had this big trap down here, and a move higher does look relatively likely. So once we kind of get into the move here and we start moving in our direction, we'll be able to lock our stop in. Right now, the stop is a little bit wonky in the sense that we're 3 1/4 points to 2 1/4, so our stop is a little bit bigger right now, so it is higher risk as well. But again, the idea is once we start moving in our direction, we're able to lock our stop in a little bit closer and reduce that risk a little bit. So this is just the initial risk, kind of the catastrophic stop, if you will, at this point. And we're just looking long up here to the highs of this channel, or well, I guess sideways range, looking for that first target at 93 1/4, and actually the only target. Now, if we do get that filled, we're looking at a total of 2 1/4 points. So 2 1/4 points, 5 times 4 at 12.50 a tick, times 4, $450 is the potential of this trade so far. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if they're able to get that little bit of a push up. It looks like they're having a little bit of a hard time here. Still a lot of confusion in this area. It could be a potential that we're setting up a little bit of a downward channel through here. That is definitely a possibility. You can see it does fit in there relatively well. And if we start breaking higher, everyone who shorted the highs of this channel here, their stops are going to be above here at around 91.5. They're going to start getting run out of that move. So if this does end up being a channel, we might not move any higher than this, and we'll have to exit a little bit early. But if we do start catching that push up, could be a little bit of a stop run up to these highs. So, and there we go. We actually just triggered all their stops out, and now we're getting a little bit of a bump there. So it does look like that channel does want to break down a little bit here, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if we can get that target filled and call it a day on the S&P coming into this holiday Friday. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're back. Just got that target filled here, 93 1/4. Let me cancel my stop here. Wonderful. So quick little easy in, you know, it's all in, all out. Now we're at the highs of the channel. So now we can look for a short right back down again. You know, you could look for a short underneath this kind of little double bottom here. That is an opportunity, especially if we end this as a trap where we don't close above these highs and we start kind of filtering a little bit back down again. But with the fact that we've already fake braked or fake broken, I guess, these lows after a trap, the likelihood of this pulling back and just going up again is relatively strong. So I'd be a little bit careful shorting the highs. Maybe take the profit halfway through the channel. But overall, we're out of the trade. $450 on the trade, 2 1/4 points on 4 contracts. That's going to be the trade for today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.